All right, can I get a motion to approve the attached minutes from the April 19th, 2020 meeting?
A motion?
I will second. Any discussion when you know that? All right, all in favor? Aye. Motion passes. All right, we'll go right on to item C, any website updates. Wrong one.
Oh,
That just passed.
Yeah, I know.
okay, so I think the only updates we made.
Oh, yeah, we made that pop up.
Pop up about the topping off ceremony. Just with information about it, and then it links to the page that we showed last time.
Yeah.
And then we have the newsletter on here. As well as another button directing people to that topping off ceremony page. With all the information about the event.
Great.
So that's really the only updates we have.
Yeah, can you quick, like, look for the newsletter, take a fax and then put it up there? Because this can be in household starting today.
Yeah, newsletter, there's a link right front and
No, I'm
center.
taking just a picture of it, so they,
Oh, yeah, we can do
yeah,
that.
so just, it's just facsimile.
Yeah.
That'd be good to put there, so look for this in your, mailbox right now. Yeah, it's, they're hot off the press.
I didn't get mine.
No, it's today through Friday, because we'll be getting it. Which is perfect. You didn't get it?
No.
You didn't get it last time either?
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I just didn't get it yet.
Just during the speech, don't say final piece of the steel.
What did you want to say?
Even though it says it in the newsletter. We're still gonna be working on steel, a little few pieces left.
that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a
I think
ceremonial.
It's a
Fine.
ceremonial final piece, that's right.
Nobody's gonna.
Get it,
And the
yeah. I don't
names will
think-
be.
Will be functional.
That's the reason we put it in there to just distract you.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
No,
come
It's
back after that.
it's well done, it's nice.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I do
Ira.
too. Yeah, I do too. with the
Yeah, we wanted to put
instructions
something,
and-
that was
It's
a,
really
remember I said last time, that put a little surprise in,
Yeah,
and-
I really like that.
and that let people know that, somehow this is a special event, otherwise, if you just put copy in,
No, it's
a little graphic, we don't have people think.
yeah, people pay attention. And I think all the pictures, this is really what people want to see.
It's like,
It actually say those pictures over, but so it came to me.
I like it.
I think having the renderings in there makes it more real, maybe.
Yeah, oh, I agree. Where you can see kind of the comparison.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Good, simple is better.
Yeah, it doesn't say much, but I think people will actually
Now,
love
this was,
this.
this had to be a visual.
Yeah, I agree.
are you
Because
gonna be handing these out as well? At the day of the event, because you were talking about,
We can have copies of it. I mean, it is going to every house to get people there.
Yeah.
But we can have some on hand.
yeah, if you need extra copies, we didn't print over that much. Because when I talked to, Cat, that he's printing closer, you gave him a list, used to give you the 200-300, you would send them out. So now they're included, so.
Yeah,
only
he does
20.
that.
But what I can do is, if you can't do 1117 high color, I have copies.
these to the dignitaries that are gonna be there, like 50 copies, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because the town people already have them, so.
I'll print up an extra 50. And let me just do that, I'll get 50 more copies. Yeah, the paper in the office.
Right, and then all other, well, let's stick with website. Anything else you need to know with the website? I don't think so, right? Anything else you need from us, Devin?
I think we're good. I haven't updated the pictures just yet, but I know they added more drone photos yesterday. Or it might have been last week, not yesterday, but that's when I checked. But I was having trouble accessing it, so I'll make sure I gotta do whatever I need to on my end there.
Okay, perfect.
I was just curious, if we were gonna be able to see the traffic coming in after this comes out
Yeah,
on the website.
the analytics.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
just curious to see if it's gonna go up.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are going there to take a look.
Yeah, we normally do get a bump after, these hit households, so we'll be able to check that for.
I wonder if that would help too, to kind of give us a gauge of the Especially how many people are seeing.
Interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No details to give it.
Right, right.
We can do that.
I think for the fall one, what we do this time is take these, whatever's finished pretty much, and actually take the floor plan so people can see what's actually going on. Everybody talk about, now focusing on the interior. And so when outside's pretty low. How far down would you say in the fall time, the exterior work, would it be the windows in, jams and all that stuff, pretty much?
We'll be weather right on a good portion of the building.
Because the idea is to have the next few newsletters is laying out what's gonna happen in there.
Yeah, the masonry is gonna start end of June timeframe.
Basically, okay,
So we already started the cold form metal framing for the exterior walls. You'll see the green board, vapor barrier, and then once the precast comes in, the precast unit starts, and then the masonry and the brick. So it'll start working like a building come July and August.
so I thought it'd be good to have the floor plans, or whatever the final floor plans, more, not a detailed, construction ones, but one I could schematically put in and say, here's, now you're seeing the building outside, here's what's gonna happen on the inside.
Yeah, we're doing metal framing, we're doing ductwork right now, so the interior work is already started, and it starts per floor, so building A, which is the closest to our parking lot, we're already framed out on the first floor. And then we'll go to the second, third, and then we'll go into B. So it'll progress that way with the skin of the building as well. The windows will be summer time frame,
Okay,
fall.
excellent. So it almost look like a finished building
It will, but then there's gonna be a lot of work inside of it.
inside, right?
But yeah, no, we'll provide additional updates on that, but that's the next big thing that everyone will see is the brick going home. So it's exciting, a lot going on. We're doing a lot of tours as well, in the school.
And the committees, we're gonna do it at your trailer the next meeting to do a tour with the
Next
committee.
week, right?
Yeah.
Or not,
In
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which it will be awesome. It'll be good for everybody to see.
Yeah.
It's-
Actually get a tour for it.
Remind us to wear closed toe shoes.
Yeah.
That's better than my trailer sheet. It's presentable.
Yeah, the trailer's nice. It is.
We do have the reputation of having the cleanest trailer in,
It is.
out of all ONG jobs. So we spend more time in the trailer than at home, so it should be. Especially.
No, it's
Can
nice.
Can I just say the trailer is very clean compared to trailers I've been in, and I told Nelson that multiple times.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And also photographing the trailer.
We can,
Putting it
some
in-
trailers I've been, you could grow tomatoes on the ground, on the floor, but no. And we do have a muddy site,
So I
so,
was gonna say with everything already.
no, but it'll be a nice, we'll have enough chairs and the conference room is big enough for the other people that
Yeah,
we normally have at a building.
yeah, there's plenty of room.
We'll have enough, PPE for everybody where.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. All right, excellent. All right, so we're good on website. So we'll see if we can take a look over the next couple of days when we get an idea, as we
Yeah,
get closer to the weekend.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just take a look at what kind of activity we're seeing. All right, so let's go on to the topping off ceremony. All right, so Kat, what do you need from us, if anything, for details, decisions?
I think some of the things that I want to be able to confirm today is the order of events, because we'll have to start putting together the program.
Yep.
And then kind of just the setup, what time do we need people here? What time do we need the AV equipment ready, just so we can give that appropriate direction, to everybody. So, in terms of speakers, I've confirmed with our speakers, the present list, I forgot it. But we have CJ Thomas, we have Liz Fitzsimmons, Meg. I did speak to Mike D'Amico from our legislative delegation, and he is good to speak. I'm gonna confirm with everybody one more time. And I've said no more than 2 minutes. And then Russ has confirmed with the teacher and the student. So we are pretty good in terms of speakers. I think we just need to think about the order. Russ has a nice opening remark that he prepared. Which kind of, it's nice because he grew up in the community. He went to elementary, middle school, high school here. He's a high school principal now. So that is a nice little element to weave in there. So I reviewed his remarks. I think they're really good. And then let's just talk about who we should give it off to. Potentially, I would think, yeah, maybe, do we want to go state? Do we want to go?
So we just did a groundbreaking at Colchester Senior Center, and they had, Lieutenant Governor was there, and then, they had a couple of their, they had a state rep, I can't think of what is down there, they had, someone who was involved for a long, like a legislator who retired, but they had like the person from the state spoke, right? So they started sort of like
State.
down, and then they had like the first selectman, and then, right? They had too many speakers in my opinion, but that's how they did it, right? They did it in order, and then like the senior center director was the last one to have speakers.
Okay, so I would say maybe we'll have Russ do his opening remarks, then Mike D'Amico, and then maybe CJ,
CJ,
Liz,
Meg,
Meg,
the teacher and student,
teacher, and then
and
student,
let Russ close it.
and then Russ closes.
Yeah, that's-
I think that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, because he could talk in the beginning, I don't know what this talk is, but, you know, him growing up might be, and then conclude, here I am as principal. So he talks about being someone who grew up here at the school. It's great, and the conclusions is, and now I'm part of the brand new building, still, you know, it's continuity of education. Mike just mentioned that to him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can take his,
Split it.
and take his conclusion and just bump that to the end.
Yeah,
I'll work with him.
or you just introduce, thanks for coming, but it should be more of a personal note for him because it's very personal,
Yeah, I think it's,
professionally personal.
it's nice. I mean, I can read it if you want me to, but it goes into his family background. He kind of gives a little bit about what a topping off ceremony is, very high level and brief, but it's nice. Like most people don't really know what that is. Opportunity, thanks, kind of just our partners, town council, board of education, building committee, chance to celebrate the progress that has been made and look forward to the future, the day when the building will be fully complete and open for use. And then kind of has a wrap up thing that I think we could just have him say at the end.
That makes sense, yeah.
Well, maybe what you can do is in the beginning, introduce it and do the history, and then let other guest speakers talk, and then thank everybody.
Yeah,
Part of
thank
it was
everybody.
to thank, then start thanking everybody and then wrap it up.
Yeah, so maybe we could
So
just
split
say
up his speech.
the topic where he goes, topping off ceremony is an opportunity to recognize the hard work and dedication of everyone involved.
Yeah.
You could kind of wrap it up, thank everybody, and then we move on. He also, in his notes on this, kind of the marching band, he was thinking having them do something at the beginning of the ceremony, and then as the beam is being lifted.
Yeah.
So you kind of have background music.
Percent,
Yeah.
Like the-
Yeah, I like that.
Make it dramatic.
Marching band.
Oh, he did ask this question. Jeff inquired about, I guess this marching band teacher,
Yeah,
asked about the expectations for music. We want them to play at the start of the ceremony and while the beam is being lifted in place.
There we go,
Yes.
perfect.
yes,
Yeah.
So
Our answer is
you
yes.
want me to just respond back?
yeah.
The committee is discussing and we say yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Committee
Okay, so,
asked.
Just go get flag out.
um,
Go get their flag out.
Is anyone in this talk going to mention that the whole campus here now, where the 28 buildings are here, remembrance of the past, that tie together, or is it going to be completely left out of this discussion? I mean, now this passed, so you can talk about it.
we could talk about it.
It's saying, interesting that we
Maybe
come full
think that
circle,
CJ.
it would
Yeah.
come full circle on the same site. It was an innovative high school when it was built, and now we got, again, state-of-the-art high school now. I think brings some context, given
Yeah.
Farmington's love
CJ's the
history.
right person to deliver that. I'm not.
Yeah.
Just to be.
I'll tell him to
It's kind of, not, here we are full circle.
Yeah.
Because when I read that history of 20, that was the most innovative high school in the state of Connecticut as a building. And then now we have the most state-of-the-art high school being built right now.
Yeah, I like that. I'll probably bring
I don't think that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you ever set this group.
Personally, I like to think.
I was
that
like right to
produced-
the word.
I'm
Hey,
just-
can
wrote
they
the
do,
right
one of
comment.
the things I can do,
I'm just gonna-
there's a great fanfare. It's hopefully, the fanfare for a common man. It's very, very short. And it's, he did after the spring, and it is just a wonderful, short orchestral piece. And it kind of tinkle, you get a little tingle. Dun, 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 dun. It's called Fanfare for a Common Man, very famous among orchestra.
I don't know if we can put it.
It's not maybe a band, but I'm not gonna tell the band.
I don't know if they take requests, and they only have 2 weeks to learn it.
It's very easy, it's very simple.
Got
Anyway,
a great music program.
Yeah, I'm sure.
it's just, it's a being like, you need a fanfare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need like a,
Dramatic.
And
yeah,
it's up there and sit there and there's high pitch and everyone goes to the C hit plus notes.
Yeah.
You know,
yes, no, we need some fanfare, you're right, you're definitely, well, see if we can have a sample.
then we have Meg up there holding on to the cable.
All right.
I'm ready to quit.
We're gonna do it. Those like silk things. And I those people that-
Like aerial
Yeah,
yoga.
yeah. Little do you guys know what I have
Yeah.
there.
We can send you across like Tinkerbell. and-
Yes.
It's a balance between.
Oh my gosh. Red makes an entrance. It
We have
does.
safety harnesses, to make sure it's safe.
There you go, Meg.
It's like our-
Balance between-
Yeah.
Good.
Meg,
As long as you feel like
Yeah.
You're good, yeah.
Okay, so that's helpful that you needed that, all right.
Yep. Russ also said in here, let's actually go through
Did you
that.
give them a time limit on what each of these things?
No more than 2 minutes per speaker. We're not making this a long thing.
No.
We have a teacher too,
Yes, we do. It is
Two.
Dwayne Witter.
so I guess this whole list is, I'm kind of making that for you.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know you're taking notes, but it looks like it's right in that.
Oh, it's in order, perfect.
The teacher is
except
a
for those-
resident.
No, I'm coming after Liz.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote it on the bottom just to take note
Yeah.
because you guys were talking, so.
Yeah, that's the only
It's a
difference.
teacher resident, Kat.
I believe,
He
maybe,
is.
yeah, I know, I think
He's
he
been
is.
here forever, I have. He's
Yeah,
been here
it's a
forever.
very long-standing teacher.
And he's a basketball coach.
A high school, is a high school teacher?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep,
PE.
so,
Okay, so we want to.
How they pick the student.
She's the class president.
yes, she's the class president of the first class that will.
Oh, it's,
Okay, right.
2024, right?
Meg, you're going after Liz, right?
I'm going after.
Yeah, so it'll be,
Hand off is
Mike
one Liz,
D'Amico, CJ, Liz,
And
Meg,
then I'm handing off to. Gwen.
teacher, student.
Teacher, student, okay. But I have it written on the bottom.
Yeah, perfect.
Is someone helping her with her tongue?
Yes.
Yeah, Russ is
They're gonna
working.
be-
Okay.
Yeah. I think we just need to, and I know it's mostly gonna be AV, but I think we just need to make sure, and I can work with Russ offline, but where everything's going, confirmation of equipment, all of that stuff, testing it out.
The other thing too, put down instructions, they gotta be 4 inches from the mic. Because what happens if they, depending on the height of the person, where the mic is and adjusting it, it's awful when you don't hear what you're saying.
Maybe we can get a wireless mic, that would be even better.
Well, then you got, well, you can have 2 mics. You have the one who's on, the one who's coming up.
Yeah,
We have to think about power. For your podium. When you have an event. You guys. Like it's normally a football field.
yeah. Is there power that we could rent from you guys?
I'll have to talk to George.
Yeah.
We have a generator, but
Let's
that's gonna
set up a
overpower
meeting.
the.
Let's set up a meeting, maybe like sometime during the day next week. Just so we can work out those logistics.
We gotta walk out there Tuesday
We have to
after.
bring a line, like,
Well, they have an AV person,
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah, we'll have Dan.
So I'm
We'll
sure
have Dan.
Dan
Yeah.
is their
What
checking.
do we need power just for the microphone?
the microphone, the microphone.
For sound?
Who's singing for your AV?
It's someone from the
Podium
school.
speakers or
But
whatever.
you need 2 speakers high up the ground, and 2 mics. So you're not fiddling there for the next speaker.
I asked power at the trailer, but we'd have to get a line out. I think I could probably get power from the building. I'll see what,
Outlet
see
out
what
there.
well,
Yeah,
because for
we'll-
the building,
we'll
it's a shorter distance, so we'll figure something out.
We'll plan those logistics and just make sure we have everything and where this, run it to where the stage is gonna be.
Yeah.
But they've set stuff for graduation, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they already have like all the speakers and all the podiums.
yeah, they have speakers, they have the
They have
stage, they have the flags, they have all of that stuff. So I'm not, we have it. We don't have to rent any of that, so I think we're good. It's just a matter of like, this goes here, the extension cord will run off of here,
right,
yeah.
Yeah.
You can have a little platform, you know, yeah.
We have a platform. Yep. So all,
Consider them, it's not considered a public meeting.
no,
In the same way, do we have to do the pledge?
I don't think we do, do you
Do
typically
you
do
do
it?
it, have you done it for other things?
If you don't, well, we'll have a flag, but. I don't know the protocol, but when you do a graduation ceremony, you're not doing the pledge of allegiance.
We did it actually outside, so for groundbreaking, they did do a they started with pledge allegiance, and then they moved everything inside after that.
Yeah,
And the ceremony, that's why I couldn't remember, but I actually have a picture of people's faces.
I think we should.
It's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
so maybe marching band,
Yeah.
pledge,
Yeah,
welcome.
Yeah.
Through that list.
and then we really goes out and.
Yeah,
It's a pledge of allegiance, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have
You want to
to do
do Star Spangled Banner too, you want to vote.
No, just.
I would just do the pledge,
Yeah.
The pledge of allegiance usually.
yeah, marching band, pledge.
just stars and stripes forever.
We can do it at the picture.
I'm ready.
Actually, would be a good song
Yeah,
for
they
it.
did, they did.
Guest speakers,
It's good to do. Yeah, thanks.
guest speakers and closing.
Yeah, someone is gonna handle all the, I think.
Yes.
panel.
Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's his full-time job for the school district. So he's not like a teacher trying to add it like this, that's his.
Yeah, no, I'm confident. It's just a matter of the logistics, which I don't think we need to spend our time doing. We'll have a separate meeting and get that squared away. Russ did mention the class of 2025 was interested in selling Riverhawk merchandise, which could be cool. Have a table,
Sure,
we can do that.
make a few bucks.
And Dunkin' Donuts, they want to sell Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I'm just gonna confirm what our cert truck is going to have. I don't want them to have coffee and then them, I'll just, if they have coffee, I'll just say no to the Dunkin' Donuts. So we'll,
That's certain, it's a nice thing to have.
yeah. They're really, the canteen's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's there. So that's great.
Debbie, right, just a side note on Russ's,
Yes, they all confirm.
Cal will confirm what was being sold on the cert truck
Yep,
is, so
I just don't want to do
Is
this.
it cert?
I think.
the CERT
CERT, yep.
truck.
Tent rental, we're just working on finalizing. Tents are hard to find. It's also the,
10th season,
tent season.
graduation party.
Right,
But we did get 2 quotes. We're gonna go with one, which is slightly lower, Mr. Tent. And I've been emailing them just to be like, do you want a deposit? Do you want me to sign something? I just wanna lock it down.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you got a 10.
they're probably sick of me already, but let me see. if-
Mr. Tank can't go wrong.
Okay.
That's what they do.
I don't think anything is big enough.
How big's the tent?
I believe
Yeah.
it's 20 by 40. It would be able to accommodate at least 80 people standing under. They wanna do like a giant tent, but they also wanna make sure. We also don't know how many people, so I felt like this was a fine size. So
It's Russ pushing it over to school there to have kids come over and parents.
yes, we did, this could go to our marketing discussion about this, but we did send the invite through Friday folder, so it's in every single school. Their kind of distribution. We will be sending a blast email to our list in MailChimp that we send for the chair report about the committee. We'll post it on Facebook. We're gonna send an Everbridge, and then we're finalizing a press release that will send the
And the
5 days
newsletters on
before,
every house.
and the newsletter, so I think we're pretty
I
covered.
think we got it, pictures down.
I don't know where else you'd be hearing.
Oh, they did,
It's either get
Yeah,
50
I
people or
mentioned
5,000.
Yeah,
Make sure that we-
That's right, you're right.
yeah.
Hold down for it.
There you go, Meg, you got it.
Hopefully, some-
I did
it
this.
is Mother's Day, but
I know, I know.
So is
So,
there any bling we're handing out other than the kids selling stuff?
I don't think so, just because of our time constraints, we could.
Yeah. We talked about maybe doing the,
You can have a little handout of ceremony.
Oh, we're gonna do a program.
Program,
Yes, we're gonna do a program,
short history, all that kind of stuff.
just kind of something commemorating.
If you want me to do that, let me know. I mean, I can try and get it designed to it, so it's a little.
Yeah, I'll put stuff together and then we can work together
Yeah,
and get
just,
something.
because I got the design, so make it look something other than.
Yeah, that would be
It came out
helpful.
of government audit.
Good. I'm pretty good with,
Not that you guys can't do it.
have you seen my invitation? It's pretty nice. Takes that, makes it back me up.
there it is. Beautiful.
Yes, of course. So beam placement and all of that, we're pretty fine with O and G for logistics. Rendering photos, I know Sam, and Mark were looking for the price to get to O and G, so we're good with that.
I picked them up this morning.
Picked them up this morning for the banners.
Yeah.
So those are good.
We have, the mascot's gonna be there,
The mascot is confirmed.
so I have a small idea, so don't we have like the backdrop? Which is what the house is? Like, oh, yes, we have a little photo, like a photo,
Step and repeat, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
what is it called?
It's called step and repeat. I don't know why it's called, well, you step up, move, and the next person comes, it's called step and repeat. That's the-
yeah,
that
that
thing you
So
see.
I'm wondering if we could do that.
take a photo with the Riverhawk.
Nice.
They must have.
I'm thinking one little step further, but maybe if like little signs that could say the sign.
Oh. See, is that my outfit? I don't know, it's,
Like a frame.
yeah, you say, post.
Like
Yeah,
for
it's like a-
Instagram,
Right,
Just
exactly.
looking out,
I know it's dark, though.
We're not gonna have everyone
or
sign
just like a
in.
little like
No,
No.
sign
Feel
that
that
That's
like
way
whiteboard
more
over
stick
there.
it can hold that
We talked
says
about that.
earlier, yeah.
For-
FHS, coming soon, FHS.
Time capsule.
Time capsule.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
correct,
we will,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
that's probably for ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
But we're trying to keep this, it's a Saturday morning, people have stuff to do, places to go.
And the
Try to
beam,
keep
the
this
beam
an hour.
only has, those beams that are gonna be hoisted, there's only so much space there.
And no matter what you put out there, the building is gonna just,
It's great, it's an asset.
it's gonna take over everything you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll like it. They've never seen,
Yeah.
everyone likes a
I've never-
crane lifting something.
This will be my first.
You know, what we should get is a cardboard beam. Photo shoot. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Should the art department make one?
Yeah, exactly, think
A
a
little
little
more
in the picture.
I still think I'd make a cat on the beam.
You know, we could do, you guys put the under the beam, what we're holding. it.
Pretend to, yeah,
I-
it's like the
I-
people that do that with like,
The picture.
the leading we have,
Like,
Yeah.
you could hold the beam and we'll be like.
That's right.
We got it, like, you guys like hold it up, we'll be underneath. take
It's super.
Perspective.
It's a super.
Perspective
Yeah.
pictures.
oh my god, we're definitely doing that.
Yeah, that's right. Look at it, God, they're really good at
You
it.
jump over to.
So I sent invites to all of the Board of Education, all of the town council, all of the building committee, all of our state legislative representatives. I'm trying to get RSVPs just so we can have an idea
Mhm.
as to those people that are coming, so I might send a couple more emails to remind people to RSVP, but, I think people are excited about it so far,
You
so.
didn't ask the governor?
We have not,
Because he went and did a groundbreaking to a small building over in Colchester.
yeah,
He just did the Amazon building, my lord. He's
Yeah.
don't go to any.
What a winter, yes, that's right down there.
yeah, we can discuss that to see, we just, if they come, they want to speak, so,
Well, you want your rep to kind of help you out.
yeah.
Yeah. I could, you might now, you got a cover, you got a photo in the current,
Yeah, that's true.
you know, they had them today with the groundbreaking over at the Amazon building. Over in Windsor. The largest, building, One of their largest buildings ever built out, so.
It's massive.
It is giant.
Oh, yeah, I read about that the other day.
Yeah, I drive by it
Yeah.
every day when I go to work,
Yeah,
because I work on Dado Road.
Oh,
I work
okay,
right on
yeah.
that road. And it's set so far back,
What
I
is,
don't know if that's regulation or like why they did it, I mean, it's so far back from the road.
yeah,
But so I can't really get a good sense, but even at that distance,
Sure.
you're like, it is.
It's driving.
Yeah, massive,
what's that deal?
the Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, it said 17 football fields. Do we have refreshments? Is it basically coffee and such or?
So the third truck, I'm gonna confirm with, our lieutenant over in the police department that kind of oversees that, but we were talking coffee. They have water, stuff like that, and, breakfast sandwiches.
Or just plain donuts?
Yeah, so they do a good job. I don't know if anybody's had the cert stuff.
The trouble with the truck though, if you get large people in line, you get a big line.
In my opinion, my personal opinion, I just keep the cert truck there.
Yeah,
You don't want them competing with a Dunkin' Donuts.
no, I don't think so
Oh,
either.
no, no,
It's
no.
a town resource, it's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
It's a nice
They do
resort, yeah,
coffee.
it's a nice resort that we have.
Having Dunkin' Donuts
So
sort
not
of
use
like very
Dunkin',
commercialized.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, it needs the town stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll coordinate with him, just make sure we're good, but,
Yeah, I've seen you talk to the cops about traffic.
yeah, well, our CERT team, is our community emergency response team, they're reserved for it to kind of help mitigate, like, move people around the site for traffic.
So
So
you
they'll
got
be
lap cars up over here.
Well, because we're gonna have it right in the parking lot when you come up top, we're not gonna have anybody up here, we're gonna have them parked down in the temporary lot, town hall. I've already told the library, just give them a heads up that this is happening. They don't seem too concerned, and worst case, we can have overflow behind the auditorium. I tried to avoid people up here,
Yeah,
but we're gonna have the CERT team there to direct traffic.
sounds like it's got our control.
We're trying.
Things are moving along pretty quick. On your end, it's from 2 weeks ago from the checklist. A lot coming together.
Yeah. I really think that's it in terms of things we wanted to touch base on today. I think we just need to have, I'll meet with Russ and maybe, Nelson, we can have like a quick meeting just to plan the layout and everything where the,
For the power, I'd like to address this tomorrow. I don't want to wait until next week.
yeah, then let's
So
go.
what are the power requirements in my schedule? Keep this quiet. Usually Thursdays are a little bit more open than Tuesdays and every other day. Let's take care of it now, because if I have to bring a temporary line out,
Then we need to know now.
then I can properly plan to get it done.
And I'll add a comment under setup AV for Russ, I'll say at Russ,
All
meet
right.
with Nelson about
Yeah,
power. So then maybe that way he can know that he'll need Dan, like I'm.
Yeah, just be very clear with him.
So at Russ.
Kat, what about ones who disability passes? Because they got part right where the disability. part.
yeah, so we will make sure that we reserve some spots that are closer to the ceremony, and then the CERT team would just direct them to those spots.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not-
so Russ to Russ.
if you have elderly people that.
Yeah, we did consider that, yeah.
So I didn't know that, so we're like kind of talking to, I just realized that you guys can't see the silence on it,
Right. Oh, you're sticky notes.
all the sticky notes.
Is there anything else that we're not?
It's gonna be video recorded.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be recorded so that we can take bits and pieces and edit it. Oh, the only other thing we should think about, it starts at 9, what time we should tell everybody to.
Yeah, we'll.
Later than 8:30.
I would say try to get AV and the setup people here for 8.
It should be done by 8.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention, we'll have our. It's not a big crew, it's just gonna be, few hired workers. I'm planning for 7:30 for them to. They probably actually could do some work. You know, I probably, even after the ceremony, they could continue and do
Yeah.
other work. and
Yeah,
Not just show up for an hour and
yeah,
just for a ceremony, because
No.
there are gonna be other pieces of steel, so.
Kat, I assume
We'll
they're
show
gonna
up
be
around 7.
Oh, sorry. They're gonna have the tent and chairs and all that set up in there.
yes, we're gonna
The night-
have the
day
tent
before.
delivered the
Friday.
afternoon before. We're not gonna let people park in there after school, just so we can have the tent go up. Scott and I were talking, we're gonna, ask the police department just to make sure, because the tent's gonna be set up. Do some extra rounds around here, we don't want anything to happen, because it's outside of the fenced in area. And then it's really first thing in the morning, so.
Yeah, probably by 8 o'clock, your AV people should be all set up so you can test it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, 8 o'clock AV.
And your speakers no later than 8:30, and they should meet at a certain place.
Yeah.
So they're all together.
Perfect.
I think that's good. And it should speak, I think we should, for people, we're doing 8:30, then they need to be like ready, like say we're having a meeting at 8:30.
Yes.
Not arrive at the site, like arrive here at 8:30.
Meeting.
Or, yeah, I would say move, let's prep for an 8, we have an 8:30 pre-meeting. To just make.
To run
sure,
through.
Right, or whatever it is, just so that people are ready to go.
There you go.
Yeah, we're not certain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that.
that under control, good. Great, man. What you have, on 10 speakers out in Colchester? 15?
No, they had 2 speakers. I mean, probably had 100 seniors standing out there. They've been waiting for the senior center forever. So
That's right.
they, it was talk loud. We're old, we can't hear you was the comments that were coming from
Well,
that.
that's what
Yeah.
And then we went into the town hall, I packed the room, probably about this size, and they had all the speakers inside, and they already had dessert table with like cupcake, they did cupcakes, so everybody could just take an individual cupcake, which is kind of easy.
Yeah.
And waters, they had their senior serenaders sing a song, they actually wrote a song about the senior center, it was, I know, it was really cute, yeah.
It's-
So-
It's short itself.
Actually, you don't have the high school choir do the alma mater.
Do we have one? Do we have one? Something, do we have one? Do we have one? Did you went here? Your alma mater?
There's a song.
Wendy, you.
Not that I know
The Hallelujah chorus choir is the only thing we would sing at the 1:30 concert, or you choir.
There was-
of. It's never a choir. I was in-
West
I was
District
in-
has one
I
here.
was in the
Yeah,
market.
yeah, well, oh, it's the best one, the West District Elementary School ones, the West District School has one. Oh my God, like they start singing, if you're like, oh, you start crying.
There's definitely a song, because Kathy Blonsky and I went to a senior housing facility recently, and a woman graduated from Farmington High School, and she sang the song.
Bring her out, let her.
Yeah.
sing. We have the alma mater.
Oh, God. I'm waiting for our next class reunion. It used to be at this, it's that restaurant that it's no longer there, by the corner, Stonewall.
Oh, it's Stonewall, yeah.
That's where it used to be.
Right, so now you have it,
Then we had it at,
We should have it.
Yeah, well, cafeteria.
should have it for the high school.
That place is no longer there as well, at the exchange, there was a.
Oh, yeah, there was a. Murphy's
Murphy's
Carolina, yeah.
Everybody's high school reunion.
Oh, my gosh,
That's
yeah.
such a great. Never.
How much bigger crew are you gonna have there that day?
Oh, small, just,
3-4 people?
yeah, like, well, our team will be there, but, iron workers, probably, 5 or 6. You're gonna have the crane operator. I'm gonna try to have them work a half a day,
Yeah. Might as well.
I don't say the final piece of steel. Like, wait a second. I see more pieces. Everybody leaves, take your coffee break.
We'll give you Sam,
Hey,
practice
We'll
Sam.
tell them, go to the search truck.
Yeah, get it from
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
See the pieces
Coffee
are gonna be
break.
how big-
I don't, it would be this, probably the size of this 2 tables.
Not gonna be like this little one.
No, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be a kicker.
What is that
little
thing you're
baby
bringing
beam,
up?
it's gonna-
Like a
I have to pick, we actually have to pick a beam within that sequence. We were gonna pick a beam that was gonna get incandescent paint. There's no beam that, every beam gets encased in something. But the ones, it'll get encased in fireproofing, so it's gonna be there forever.
Did you guys try to test the markers?
Yeah, they
Catchy American flag to it.
Yeah,
and a sprig, like a spruce.
the spruce tree. And we'll have the Riverhawk. Actually, we should coordinate when you get the beam, we wanna put the Riverhawk decal
Yeah.
on it before people start signing it, just so we
It's in the
designate
middle,
it
yeah,
by.
just put a big spot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody, one of the IT guys mentioned about putting a GoPro or something.
On top of it, I think it'd be cool if we could.
And then the ironworker will just take it off. And that we seemed to actually going up. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's on our checklist.
No, my only thing, should we, now that I'm just thinking about it, if we're gonna have the tent raise and shine.
Yeah.
Should we have people like get out from under the tent to be able to look up, like if you look up?
Yeah, so we were talking about.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna have to see what's going on.
Which we could, but the scrim is really not gonna. That being once they're. It's a sign beam and then it's basically. We're gonna be far enough back. After the first 4 feet, you're gonna be able to see the
Okay.
beam. Or not 4 feet, but 6 or 7 feet. We could take the scrim down,
I think, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't think it'll, I don't know. Again, we've done it before, we'll take it down. And we'll
We
review
can
with
have
George
it.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
But you have a good tent question, so.
That's right.
because we want everybody to come and you're.
But we
excited.
can also open up, because we have gates there, we can open up the gates and everybody. Unless it's pouring. No one,
No rain is in the forecast.
and actually, I've been looking at the weather long term. Was telling Ira before you guys wanted to put that down.
Yeah,
So,
So,
we're having a job.
yeah, it's
But
looking.
it's actually, this
Doesn't look
weather
like there's
pattern is changing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's heaven. It's gonna get full.
It actually has. a
Actually,
sun.
that guy, the
Oh my
weather guy,
God, There's a sun.
he has, I don't have Facebook, but the weather app that's e-weather. This guy is out of Connecticut.
Yeah.
He's actually got the most accurate weather forecast out there.
He's super detailed.
I know.
What you're talking about, he's like
Yeah,
super.
and all you see are pictures of like sunrise and.
Yeah.
Everybody posts, but it does, the pattern looks like it's changing. We could take the scrim down, but, we'll see. But the beam is gonna be on the inside of the construction site, they're not gonna rig it. On the,
Yeah.
And if the weather is good, maybe we could corral everybody in and just step into the job site, but in that, where the double fence is that we don't normally use. So we can coordinate that.
Nice touch.
And that's a nice clear area,
flat
it's
area.
flat, there's nothing, it's really. If it's dry, if it was yesterday.
All right, so we'll just confirm those.
And logistic things, yeah.
I do have to run. to-
Yeah, I think we're good, though. We're all set, right? Everybody feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
so,
Well, let me know tomorrow if we need anything else, but.
Yeah, we'll touch base tomorrow, Howard,
And we're gonna be putting up the
the posters.
poster or the canvas, on the fence.
Perfect.
So we're gonna actually be putting those all lined up, so when you go into the parent drop off. You're going parallel with our trailer where you take that first
Yeah.
turn. So that long
Oh, that's a good spot, yeah.
right there, because these panels are long, they're like 9 feet, so you need about 18 feet.
Yeah.
It'll be nice over there. And as parents are going through they get to see the school every morning.
I like that.
Well, I'll do that tomorrow morning, that's one.
perfect.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right.
thank you, everyone.
All right, our only other thing, Wendy, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Oh, motion to.
I will second. Aye. All right, we'll adjourn after work.